Hi everyone, glad to see you again. Today I have something informative lined up for you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe online, cyber defense. Before we dive in, remember, this information is for educational and research purposes only. Our goal is to help developers and security professionals understand web security threats so we can build stronger defenses. This knowledge is a tool for defense, not attack. Using these techniques without explicit written permission is illegal and unethical. The digital world operates on trust. Exploiting vulnerabilities breaks that trust. The techniques discussed are advanced, designed to bypass security many consider foolproof. Think of this like learning how a lock works to help people, not to break in. We're here to secure the doors, not pick the locks. With great knowledge comes great responsibility. Ignoring vulnerabilities only leaves the door open for attackers. By discussing these attack vectors, we empower defenders to stay ahead. The security community thrives on responsible disclosure. This essay is written in that spirit to help build a more secure digital future. As you read, remember, you're learning to defend, not to attack. Let's proceed with the shared goal of making the internet safer for everyone. Cross-site scripting, or XSS, is a common and persistent web vulnerability. XSS is an injection attack. Malicious code, usually JavaScript, is injected into web pages viewed by others. The browser trusts and executes this code, giving it the same permissions as the legitimate site. Attackers can steal session cookies, impersonate users, or access private data. There are three main types: stored XSS, malicious code saved on the server; reflected XSS, code in a URL; and DOM-based XSS, vulnerability in client-side code. XSS can lead to data breaches, loss of trust, and financial penalties. It's not just about stealing cookies. Attackers can deface sites, redirect users, or install malware. Even with decades of awareness, XSS still plagues applications of all sizes. Understanding XSS is the first step to defending against it. The attack happens in the victim's browser, delivered through a trusted website. XSS is a fundamental threat to web security. Recognizing its forms and dangers is essential for any developer. Let's see how websites try to stop it. To combat XSS, developers use several layers of defense. Input sanitization removes dangerous code from user input before it's stored. Output encoding converts special characters to safe HTML entities, preventing code execution. Modern frameworks like React and Angular encode data by default, reducing simple XSS risks. Content Security Policy, CSP, restricts which scripts can run, blocking many attacks. Web Application Firewalls, WAFs, inspect traffic and block known attack patterns. These defenses work together to make XSS attacks much harder, but attackers are always looking for new ways in. Even with these measures, vulnerabilities can slip through. The web's complexity creates new attack surfaces. Let's look at what happens when sanitization isn't enough. Advanced attackers can still find cracks in the armor. Despite strong defenses, attackers exploit the complexity of modern web apps. JavaScript frameworks often manipulate the DOM, creating new attack surfaces. Sanitization may clean input on the server, but client-side code can reintroduce risks. For example, a user's profile bio is sanitized, but JavaScript later modifies it, potentially reassembling a dangerous payload. This is the essence of mutation-based XSS. The attack happens in the browser, not on the server. Security checks at only one point in the data's lifecycle create blind spots. Server-side sanitization may miss what happens after data reaches the browser. WAFs and CSPs can't always stop scripts created dynamically by trusted site code. The attacker's payload looks safe at first, but transforms into a threat once inside. This Trojan horse approach is a major challenge for web security. The dynamic nature of modern apps is both their strength and their weakness. Let's break down how a real attack can bypass these defenses. Let's walk through how a sophisticated XSS attack can bypass modern defenses. Imagine an e-commerce site with sanitized product reviews and a strict CSP. The site allows basic HTML for formatting, blocking obvious threats. An attacker, Eve, wants to steal session cookies from users reading reviews. She knows script tags are blocked, so she gets creative. The site's front end uses inner HTML to render reviews, a risky move. Eve submits a review with a malformed HTML payload that looks harmless to the sanitizer. The sanitizer allows it, seeing only permitted tags and attributes. Another user, Bob, visits the page and loads Eve's review. The site's JavaScript injects the sanitized HTML using inner HTML. The browser's parser fixes the malformed HTML, accidentally creating an executable event handler. The image fails to load, an error event fires, and Eve's script runs in Bob's browser. Eve now has Bob's session cookie. The attack succeeded by exploiting differences between the sanitizer and the browser's parser. This is Mutation XSS in action. Mutation XSS, or mXSS, exploits inconsistencies between sanitizers and browser parsers. The payload mutates from harmless to malicious during rendering. Different browsers and libraries fix malformed HTML in unique ways, creating opportunities for attackers. Attackers study these quirks, crafting payloads that mutate into executable code. For example, a style tag hidden inside an SVG might bypass sanitization but execute in the browser. WAFs and server-side sanitizers see only safe HTML. The real threat emerges in the browser. mXSS is a delayed action attack, only activating at the final rendering stage. Traditional defenses can't always catch these mutations. The only way to truly stop mXSS is to secure the browser's rendering process. This requires a new approach, one that considers the entire data lifecycle. Let's see why this matters in real-world scenarios. The stakes are higher than you might think. Mutation XSS isn't just theoretical, it has real devastating consequences. Imagine an mXSS attack on an online banking platform. A malicious payload in a transaction description bypasses sanitization. When a user views their history, the script silently hijacks their session. The attacker can read balances, initiate transfers, and hide their actions. The user is unaware as their money is stolen in real time. Or consider a corporate webmail service. An attacker sends an email with a hidden mXSS payload. The email passes virus and spam checks, and the sanitizer is fooled. When opened, the script reads confidential emails and forwards them to the attacker. The breach is silent and catastrophic, leading to espionage, financial loss, and reputational damage. mXSS turns trusted applications into weapons against their own users. The complexity of modern web apps has created a dangerous new frontier. Defenders must understand these risks to protect users. So how do we fight back? Defending against mXSS requires a modern, layered approach. Start with a strict content security policy. Nonce-based CSPs can block unauthorized scripts. Avoid using inner HTML. Use text content or inner text to treat input as plain text. Modern frameworks like React and Angular do this by default, offering better security. When HTML insertion is necessary, use a trusted mXSS-aware library like DOMPurify. DOMPurify works inside the browser, using the browser's parser to catch mutations. Integrate such libraries for any user-generated HTML. Continuous education and testing are vital. Train developers, use automated scanners, and conduct regular penetration tests. There's no single solution. Combine strict policies, secure coding, and modern tools. Stay vigilant and proactive. The threat landscape is always evolving. Only a defense-in-depth strategy can keep advanced XSS at bay. Let's use knowledge to build stronger defenses. We've explored the world of advanced XSS and how attackers bypass defenses. This knowledge is a shield. Use it to build safer applications and protect users. Never use these techniques without explicit, written permission. Ethical hackers work with organizations to find and fix vulnerabilities, always with consent. Anything else is a crime. The digital landscape is always changing. Defenders must stay informed and vigilant. Share knowledge responsibly to raise the bar for security everywhere. Review your code, question your organization's security practices, and advocate for modern defenses. Be a champion for security. A safer internet is everyone's responsibility. Use your understanding to inspire action, not fear. Always act ethically, responsibly, and with permission. Together, we can build a more trustworthy digital future. Thanks for watching and learning with me. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. I value your feedback. Cyber defense.